I just jumped into yours.
What am I, a bird dog?
Welcome back to camp. So Dad must be out hunting. Let's go take a look. It's a nice sunset tonight. So we'll have to see what the report is from Dad when he gets back. I guess he's got a nice buck on camera that crossed one of his cameras during the day.
So you said you got a big buck on film, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we got, he actually walked up the trail yesterday, before I did.
So the story of this camera is I'm not very fond of this area, am I?
No.
So I give Dad a hard time about it.
Well, that's a big deer. Look at the neck on that thing, Paul.
Yeah, I can't really see the rack.
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't write. He's rubbing a tree. I get a picture of the, he broke 2 trees right there in the trail, rubbing them.
Is that all you got for pictures of him?
And put a scrape probably 50 feet, or maybe not even that, 25 feet up the trail, and there's scrapes all up the trail and rubs. He's itching to get on the hanging pole.
So 1 year ago today, this happened.
Well, we got a buck down.
You toppled him. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Hour apart. 2 deer today.
That was a good day. So I think the plan is I'm not sure what Dad's gonna do. Cut into the woods here, and there's another road through these woods. I'm gonna cut over to that road and try to hit the back end of a cut where Dad shot his deer last year. So we're in the area that I shot my deer, and I'm gonna cut over to that area and see what I can find in between there. See what Dad's gonna do.
What's the plan?
Well, the plan is go slow and steady, maybe do some calling.
Yeah, it's awful quiet.
Yeah, good day to maybe do a little rattling or whatever. Maybe we can replicate what we did a year ago.
1 year ago today.
Yeah, 1 year ago today. So
So
you're going through that way.
I'm gonna cut over
I'm going to go down this way, maybe down next to the brook, Paul.
Okay.
Yesterday, Paul, when I get out into the cuts, those 2-year-old cuts, there are deer tracks everywhere. They certainly like this stuff.
Real quiet morning, I'll probably try a little bit of calling. Be a good morning to do it. The wind's in my favor. I'm kind of headed into this gentle breeze coming this way. So, nice morning, we just need some snow. So I'm just easing my way through here, the direction I'm heading. I got the wind in my favor, so there's a slight breeze going this way. And I have the sun at my back. There's nothing worse than walking into the sun. You can't see anything. And it's also a benefit if the sun's behind me. If I come up on a deer and it's looking at me, it might have a hard time seeing what I am. You can't always get it to work out that way. Obviously, when you're tracking deer, you gotta go where you gotta go. There's quite a bit of sign down in here. But you know, I also want to point out, personally, I don't like hunting around people. I'd much rather find a spot that has 1 deer and no people than a spot that has a ton of deer, but there's a ton of people. This is my preference. I like to be alone. This is what Maine woods is like. You'd have to be on top of one in here to shoot it. 10 feet away, you wouldn't even be able to see it. It can be thick. That was fun. So I'm just popped out on the backside of this cut. So I'm gonna follow the edge of this cut over to the second cut. So this is the cut my father shot his deer in last year. I'm gonna hang on the edge of it, and I gotta shed some clothes, it's getting warm. Yeah, so I'm gonna swing around the edge of this cut. See if I can find any concentrated activity, I guess. Okay, I just jumped a deer down in this thick crap. I just saw it take off. I couldn't see the head. I was just walking the edge of this cut, trying to get an idea of what's going on. The wind's blowing right in that direction. It's good to get into some deer. Boys, I'll tell you, I'm not very good at sitting. When I jumped that deer, I sat down there for like 30 minutes. Or I made it my goal to sit for 30 minutes. And called him a little bit. And it felt like a freaking eternity. I almost look at my watch like every 2 minutes. I could not do that all day long. That drive me nuts. I guess I'm gonna make it go up to the road. And then I may walk it back towards the pickup unless I find something compelling to go down in the woods. It's quite a long walk along the road back to the truck, but you never know. I just walk down the road, shoot a deer. That wouldn't be any fun. It's too early. Back out to the road. Doesn't feel like November. I don't know. I think I've said that a lot. I sound like a broken record, but it doesn't. It's quite warm. Let's see what else happens. One thing I have to be really intentional about is enjoying the journey. I'm a pretty goal-oriented guy. It's more than when I had a plan on what I wanted to do. You know, I basically was going to start at point A and end up at point B. And I can find myself, you know, kind of get this hyper focus on, all right, I got to get over to point B. That's my goal. And I have to be really intentional about enjoying the journey, because that's what deer hunting's all about. It's not just getting to point B as quickly and as efficiently as possible. You got to enjoy the process, and I know I've said that over and over, but it's the whole process with hunting that I really love. We'll see if we can catch up with Dad here in a little bit, see what he's turned up.
You see your trucks coming down the road, so I knew you were
Where'd you come out?
down here in that cut on the left,
Yeah.
up on the hill there. Come down.
You see anything, or?
Yeah, I see two or three. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I jumped one
Did you?
down there.
Yeah. What happened, Paul? I went down where we went last year. I walked up to the edge of the cut, and I said, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here. I said the back end of this cut would be a good place to look around. So I walked up the other road, and when I get up far enough, I cut through. And I didn't go 100 yards in the woods, and you hear the hoof hit the ground. Look to my right, I see a big flag going, and I just see the flag a couple times. And I was standing in a skid trail, kind of in an open. And I thought, I stood there for about 30 seconds. I thought I saw something else moving. No flag, but just dark going through the woods. And it didn't sound like they had gone very far. I didn't hear a lot of crashing or a lot of noise. So I stood there for maybe a minute or two, and I thought, I'm going to wait here, but I'm right in the open. I want to get up next to these trees on the other side of the skid trail. So I started going across this little skid trail, and this little one come bounding, and you could see it in full flight, that one. He was, and it was going in the opposite direction from where the big doe went. It was going to my right, and you could see that right stretched straight out, 2 or 3 spots there running. So I wasn't sure whether there was one with the doe or if that one was with the doe. If there was 2 or 1 with the doe. Because I just saw the doe's flag. She had a big flag. She just see it a couple times. That's all I saw her. So what I did is after I jumped the deer and I went into that cut, I walked right along the back side of it all the way down the end there. And there was, I took a picture of a rub. There was a rub in a tree there in the cut, you know, he fresh, just rubbed a tree. So
the deer I jumped was by itself. And
yeah, there was.
it sounded heavy. You know how?
Well, this the first one. I could hear the hoof hitting, and that's. I looked to my right when I thought. My first thought.
If you heard it, then it must have been loud.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I thought, oh, a moose. And before I even turned my head, I go, oh, probably a moose. And I turned to the right, and I see the flag going there. Oh, no, that's a deer. Almost get run into by a partridge first thing. You know where going down in there, when we drive, it's close to the alders. You got to go through a little patch of alders there with the vehicle. And all of a sudden, I see this bird. He wasn't flapping. He was just gliding just 100 miles an hour, about 8 feet off the ground, right down the, in the trail. Yeah. So straight at me. Right by my head and landed right behind me, about 50 feet. He banked it into this side of the evergreens, and I could hear him land. He was right behind me. Son of a gun.
So we're going to put another camera out?
Yes, we'll put our last camera out.
What's up with the shotgun? Are you confused?
You weren't supposed to see that.
That needs to go right back in the truck.
You weren't supposed to see that. Figure you get the deer covered.
So what happens if I...
You get the deer covered.
If we see a buck, I'll hand you my gun.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, we had some big bucks on this camera last year. Yeah. Let's see if we can repeat it.
I can hear it right in there. What am I, a bird dog? Okay, I'll go get it. We've drug a few bucks out of here, haven't we?
We have. Yeah, we've drug
on either side of the road.
Yep.
Off that mountain and down in there.
Yeah. We might get you on video, Paul. Driving one out of that.
Yeah. Right there. Well, there, another good day in the books. We both saw deer. Dad said he saw 3 deer, 2 for sure. Thinks it was 3, and I saw 1. Not much of one. Yes, that's always promising. So I guess we'll head on out, finish the work week, and do it all over again next week. Let's cross our fingers for some snow. These 60-degree days are getting old real quick. So until next time, get outside. It's good for the soul. See ya.